Hello and welcome back to Trails Through Daybreak II. So in the last episode we went through 3 connection events. The Blacklight District we fully explored and did the monster extermination and then did the 9th floor of Mirhangarten. So now we only have a few things left. We have to do the Sidequests in Obear District, which we will do after 3 connection events. We've already seen up to Judith, so we're going to see Swin, Elaine, Renee, then do the side quests, and then do Ren, Shizna, and Yume. So, let's just immediately start with that. Looks like I've got some sort of challenge letter from them. Ooh. Asked me to come to the office when I have time. Might as well humor him. What kind of challenge letter? Van parted ways with his companions for a bit. He then reached out to Swin and Nadia, who had asked him to meet at the Arkride Solutions office. Well met, Van Arkride. It's spriggan extraordinaire. To commemorate our final days in the glorious capital, we do hereby challenge thee to a duel over the title of True Spriggan. A translation, please? Actually, she pretty much covered it. Come on, play along. This could be our last chance. Here we go. All right, I'll bite. So, explain this duel over the title of True Spriggan business. Well, that part was just her being dramatic. Remember when you made us substitute Spriggans right after we came to Edith? It's been a wild ride since then, and I mean wild. Now here we are with everything we asked for and more. We don't want to set a bad example for Lapis or our boss by taking advantage of your hospitality, though. Lapis is your boss. Rufus is no longer... Wait, didn't he get a name change? What was his name change? It's been a long time since Reverie. He can't go by Rufus Alberea anymore. I don't remember. So, we felt the need to prove ourselves, and who better to do it against than you, Van? The Spriggan stuff's pretty close to our usual work already, so a 4SPG showdown sounded like a good way to settle things. And if we should vanquish thee, perchance we could lay claim to thy reputation as well? Don't push your luck, but I get where you're coming from. You two deserve a little something for picking up the slack around here. I'll just treat this like a special for SPG from my stand-ins. Just don't cry foul when I go full throttle. No better parting gift than showing you what a Spriggan's really made of. We couldn't ask for more. Now you're talking. From there, Van used his connections to get in touch with any collaborators of his who had time to spare. They then put together a limited time, half-price discount promotion to bring in more 4SPGs than ever before. How did you do this in such short time? The backs of the bulletin board in every district ought to have requests from corner to corner by now. Whoever closes out the most of them within the time limit is the winner. You guys all set to go? I'm ready when you are. Really casting a wide net though, huh? I know this was our suggestion, but we're in for a lot more 4SPGs than we bargained for. You say that, but I had to trim the list quite a bit to get down to just the suitable ones. I was already looking for a good excuse to get the finickier ones over with, so this worked out great. Yeah, imagine what a buzzkill it'd be to get an emergency call in the middle of tonight's live performance. Well, alright. Hope you don't mind if we bring the heat then. You're on. No backing out now. Let the 4SPG showdown commence. Damn. And so their duel began. Get that cat. She's coming your way, S. Roger that. There. You're gonna be just fine. Booyah! Score 1 for the Dream Team. Goodness, what an impressive display. My sweet little Anna, thank you ever so much for catching her. Uh-oh. About that, are you really this cat's owner? You were a few syllables off from the name on the collar just now. Where'd he go? Which? Anna. Annabelle? Annabella? And rumor has it that a shady catnapper's been snatching up purebreds on the to put on the market. That's, Oh, Angela, thank goodness you're all right. Get her. So now, the mansion I'm employed at has a massive rat infestation, and it's all my fault. If I don't do something about it, they'll fire me, for sure. Can I count on you to handle this discreetly? Why would you get fired for their rat and... Oh, maybe she spilled something? So my hunch was right. The two of them are like a match made in heaven. Mind hanging out around just a tick? The solution to your problem should be along in just a minute. Excuse me, but are you the spriggan I keep hearing about? I could really use your expertise. All the lab rats are at the medical research facility I work for were inadvertently terminated. Is there any chance you could set us up with a large quantity of them in short order? And did you say rats? Huh? That's 2 for 1. Getting a mountain of requests in has its perks sometimes. What a crazy coincidence. You think those cars have anything to do with the package we picked up a minute ago? Shoot, we're being tailed. I'll shake him off. Hang tight, Nadia. Oh, that is thumbnail right there. Aye. Unless something else happens. Somebody save me! Pipe down. I ain't looking to start anything. At least not if you can clean out your blackmail data and hand it over. You had a good run up till now, coasting on the backs of others. I'd say it's about time for the piper to get paid. All right, just take it. That settles that. Now on to a separate request. This one involves getting tit for tat over the living hell you put your victims through. No, please. Waiting around here to ambush that crooked businessman isn't going as well as I'd hoped. Maybe he caught on and switched routes. I can recalculate his path, but we're short on time, kinda. What's this? Don't tell me we're all working the same request? Oh, hi, Van. Guess we overlapped on this one. Well, ain't that a kick in the head? You two already got the jump on me. Not even the golden tip-off Bermonti had can make up for that. We'll just have to shift over to something else. Oh well, keep up the good work out there. Bermonti, that's his informant in Riverside. Might as well head over and take the freebie. Soon afterward, the alarm for everyone's Zyphos went off, signaling that the time limit for the showdown was up. They then returned to the office to report their respective results. Aren't you just going to leave like a ton of requests just sitting there now? Did you actually cover all of them? So the final tally is 11 4 SPGs for me and 12 for you. Damn. Victory's yours. Damn. Some professional I am. That you gave them that one. What's wrong? Those don't look like the faces of winners to me. It's because this whole thing was rigged. I'm with her on that. That informant you clued us in on was the only reason we were able to close the last request. Can't really say that point was earned fair and square. Anything goes in spriggan life. Hey, I'm the one who slipped up the giving you the hint. You should be proud for not letting it pass you by. Where I'm standing, who solved what doesn't really matter, as long as you stuck to the spriggan way. Matter of fact, you did me a solid divvying up the workload, so thanks for that. He got us hook, line, and sinker. Yeah, we may have won the battle, but we lost the war the second we suggested dueling over 4 SPGs. You outfoxed us good, Van. That's how you wrangle kids into doing chores and stuff too. You do some chores with them when they're young, and then you make a race out of it. You're like, you know, I'll do this room, you do that room. Whoever wins gets ice cream. But then you choose to let them win so that they feel better and they want to do more races. You know what I mean? Huh, you guys get so uptight over the weirdest things. Or maybe you really want ice cream and you beat them and then eat it in their face. Well, for all the areas we fall short in, we still manage to prove ourselves pretty decently. Yep, I'd say so. Actually, you never fully explained what it is you were trying to prove. Mind filling me in? Like we said, these last several months have just been one freak incident after another. Running into old colleagues from the garden on Nemeth and seeing what looked like my brother back from the dead. And even that's got nothing on what went down with LP and S. Everything worked out in the end, but it left us with some heavy questions to chew on. We started to wonder, would we ever escape our past? Or were we doomed to spend the rest of our days in darkness? I see. And that's what all of this boils down to. We wanted to prove that if we worked hard enough, we could enjoy our lives in a way that sat right with us. Just like you do, Van. Like me. Not that most people would call your way of life a respectable one. Don't I know it? I hear Elaine offered you two a place at the guild, though. Why not take her up on it? And work myself into the ground all year round. I've got a lazing and loafing quota to keep. Call me crazy, but I don't think her line of work is in our wheelhouse anyway. That aside, there was one thing we wanted to prove. To yourself? Selves? No, to you, Van. We wanted to show how much we've grown over these past 2 years. You had to help us out with just about everything back then, but now other people can lean on us for a change, don't you think? Yeah, you two have come leaps and bounds, no doubt about it. Even if your past tries to haunt you again, I know you'll put it back in its place as many times as it takes. You've got the freedom to make whatever you want of your lives. This Old Town Spriggan will vouch for that any day of the week. I know we're not leaving just yet, but I can tell we won't be leaving any regrets behind. I don't think you're leaving at all. There's still a third game, and I will be upset if they don't show up in it. With Rufus and LP. And the next time we meet up, we're going to be thrice as impressive as we are now. Yeah, I can hardly wait already. Although I kind of want every character in it. If it's the end...
We might be hanging up our substitute spriggan hats, but we'll never, ever forget the time we spent with you, Aggie, and everyone else.
I can't promise we'll always be available, but if you're ever in a bind, hit us up. Next time, we'll be the ones handling a 4SPG of yours.
Ooh. How much is a gem card? We do have one gem card for everyone. Damn. That was a good one. I liked that. What was I saying, though? I completely forgot about it. Oh, I mean, it's the end of the Zemuria, the whole continent as a whole in the next game, but it's like also the end of this storyline, so it's kind of focused on this, but also with everyone else in it. So I hope everyone else is in it. I actually don't know anything about it, but I have seen the cover of Beyond the Horizon, and it shows Van, Reen, and Kevin in it. I don't even know if it might just be like a cover art promotional material, but I saw those three, and it makes me worried we're not going to get any more, Lloyd or Estelle. I don't know why Estelle wouldn't show up in this one. We've got Ren. They better. Although it kind of depends on what happens at the end of this game. Are they going to cliffhanger us? I kind of thought this was the end of the Calvard arc, and then there'd be like one final thing, like Reverie, but it kind of sounds like Beyond the Horizon is the end of this arc itself. I don't know. All right, got my drink. Not that I want answers. I don't actually want to know. I know it's already been out in Japan, I believe. I believe it's been out for a while. Seems Elaine is stepping away from the festival to handle a job for the guild. Sounds like it'll be a tricky one. Wonder why she was acting all weird about it, though. Maybe I'll see if there's anything I can do to help. Is it those two kids again? Dan parted ways, and then he, with his with his companion, who, when I'm at the festival, I did choose Elaine, so this isn't... He parted ways, and then he met up with Elaine again, and the two went to speak to a prospective client. Apologies for the delay. I'm with the Bracer Guild. Oh, Roderick, right. They're having a wedding today. Oh, yeah. We've been expecting you. Aren't you that famous A-Ring Bracer? Thank you so much for accepting our request on such short notice. I don't know if we've ever met Dorothea. No, you brought Van along as well. Fancy seeing you again. For the record, I'm mostly just along for the ride. You know him? Yeah, I met him while doing a 4SPG a while back. You still keeping in touch with old Bruno? Yeah, I've consulted him about all of this, in fact. Anyway, I feel much better knowing that you're on the case. Let's get down to business, shall we? So, you suspect a stalker will crash your wedding today and attack the bride. Do I have that right? You do, yeah. Honestly, we're at a loss as to what to do. It all began when Dorothea was kind enough to care for a man who vassaled out along the side of the road. She was already engaged at that point, but that didn't stop the man from obsessing over her after the fact. He reached out to the police and guild several times, but they couldn't do much, as he was careful to remain within the confines of the law. So she helped a random man on the road who became a stalker. After, okay. Then, once the wedding date was set, she received an unusual package. Inside was a clandestine photo of her and the groom. The faces were cut out and a message was written in blood. Love never dies. Wow. The wedding date was listed as well, even though it had only just been decided on. How despicable. Only the vilest of fiends would seek to ruin such an important day in a young couple's life. That's a textbook example of a threat letter. Should be enough cause for the guild to take action. Problem is, if we're following the Bracer Code, I'm afraid I have no choice but to ask that you delay your wedding. When danger is imminent, we have to put the safety of the citizens above all else. I hope you understand. I was afraid of that. I'm so sorry, Dorothea. No, don't be. It's for the best. We can't risk putting our friends and family in harm's way. I just wish we could have celebrated this with them. Everyone was able to take time out of their busy schedules for this. Alright, I think this request can qualify as a 4SPG now. Oh. Arkride Solutions will be working with the guild on this one. No need to move the wedding date, because I've got an idea. You do? But how would... No, I'll pay any price you ask, as long as it means we can have our wedding as planned. To pull this one off, I'm gonna need the assistance of our very own Beauty's Blade. Say no more. I'll do whatever I can to help. After that, they enlisted the aid of the cathedral staff and swiftly put Van's plan into place. And so the wedding began, on schedule. I mean, as long as it's not the priest. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today before the goddess Adios to join Roderick and Dorothea in the bonds of holy matrimony. Do you, Roderick, take this woman Dorothea to have and to hold in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, to love and to cherish, for as long as you both shall live. I do. What was your first name? Oh, a bridegroom. And to you, Dorothea, take this man Roderick in sickness and in health, for richer or poorer, to love and to cherish, for as long as you both shall live. Oh, it's Elaine. That's why his plan. Stop! Who do you think you are? You have no right to be barging in on this sacred union. You must be that low-life bastard they told me about. Why, Dorothea, why would you marry the likes of him? I'm the one you love, and that's why you saved me back then, right? Get a grip, man. That's just some fantasy you dreamed up on your own. I'll never give up the woman I love, especially not to someone who'd only burden her with one-sided obsession. What? What the hell did you just say to me? Who do you think you are, you piece of shit? Get lost. You have nothing to do with this. Dorothea, my beloved, it's time to go. To the goddess's side, where our love will never die. Whew. He's deep. He's too deep in it. Huh? I must say, I find your unrequited love rather shallow. You couldn't even tell that your beloved was an imposter. What? That's the A-rank bracer. You displayed? Why is she here? Why? Where's my Dorothea? Nah. Oh, Roderick. Oh, Dorothea, everything's gonna be all right now. So, what do y'all think of our mid-wedding halftime show? A little unprecedented, I know, but hey, there's a first for everything. Our special guest Elaine Auclair gave the performance for the ages, all to test the love of our leading lady and man. Let's give our groom a big round of applause for bravely fending off his girl's would-be captor. Holy cannoli! I had no idea they switched out the bride. Okay, that was a little too realistic for my taste, but man, what a show. That darn spriggan really knows how to throw everyone for a loop. I sincerely apologize for causing such a ruckus. We will get the ceremony back underway in just a moment. Let me offer my congratulations to the soon-to-be happy newlyweds. Afterward, they quietly turned the stalker over to the police. The wedding went on from there without any further disruptions. Damn. But now she's wearing... Oh, she's not. They're gonna have their little wedding dress conversation. Yeah. Talk about getting married. Elaine, Fan, thank you so much for saving our wedding. Well, that was a neat and tidy ending. I'm glad we were able to help them. Can't believe I was able to pull one over on the crowd with that halftime show bit. That was one hell of a gamble. If Roderick hadn't done that whole spiel from the heart, I doubt anyone would have bought it. Hey, I got a question for you. Why the special interest in this request? Something about this job must have caught your eye. Don't think you would have wanted to leave in the middle of the festival otherwise. I suppose that's true. Well, to answer your question, the subject of marriage just so happens to be on my mind lately. Yep. Seeing as how my family, or rather my relatives, have been trying to get me to tie the wedding knot, I've received a few proposals already. And I knew the Quincy Company had been hard at work rebuilding the business. This is the first time hearing of this. As you may well know, our family has a long lineage, and many of my relatives are the old-fashioned sort. They say it's all to support the Auclair family. I suppose it sounds noble when put like that. In all likelihood, they're simply desperate to find their footing. Things have been rather chaotic following my father's incarceration. In a way, I almost pity them, and to be honest, that's why I've entertained the notion. Well, I don't think you should. I know you're just trying to bear the burden for everyone like usual. That ain't your responsibility, alright? Your dad's the one who committed a crime, not you. It isn't your job to mop up his mess. You can't fix everything. If you say you can, then that's arrogance talking. Plain and simple. But, you know, that might just be the most hypocritical thing you've ever said. I'm just speaking from experience, that's all. From one burden-bearing person to another, don't forget why you chose the path you're on. You didn't choose it for your family's sake, and you sure as hell didn't choose it for mine either. You're right. No, in fact, you're exactly right. Oh, and don't worry about those marriage proposals. I turned them all down. You said I was worried. By the way, you might not want to put this off for too much longer. We're both getting up there in age. Excuse me, I'll have you know I'm only 24. Oh, here we go. Okay, here I go. She caught it? Wow, Elaine caught it. Congrats. I wonder if this is my reward for all the hard work I've put in lately. A certain someone I know could and should learn from my example. Oof, hit me where it hurts, why don't you? Fine, I'll try and take a few pointers. After that, Van and Elaine left the cathedral behind. And after tying up all the loose ends of the stalker case, they met back up with the rest of their friends.
Back when we were students, I always thought this day might come for us. Huh? Oh, it's nothing. Just lost in thought. We're both still walking our own paths, so let's focus on that for now. I'll be happy to help you along in whatever little ways I can.
Okay. 10% chain effect. I liked that one. That was good. Certainly a lot less, I thought it was going to be more of a romantic one, but it seems like Anya stole all the romance part of it, and Elaine, because Elaine already confessed, like, kind of confessed in, like, chapter 1. Or was it the prologue? In the prologue, they're a lot more open. They're a lot more open about it to each other than, like, Anya's secretly having a crush on Van. Which, I don't know, I was kind of expecting Elaine's to be more closer to... I don't know, Van is weird. He's not dense. He's not dense at all like the other protagonists. He knows. He's just playing it off because he's like, I don't think anyone should be with me. That's... He doesn't want to be alone, but because of the devil thing, he can't, you know? But I don't know, it's interesting. Okay, hold on, and then next one. Okay. One more, and then we do the side quest. All right, Renee. I wonder what the sorrow of a capable man. Renee's usually got a hell of a poker face, but I guess he can tell. But I can tell he's been feeling glum lately. Guess he's pretty easy to read after all. Anyway, maybe I should have a chat. Okay. Oh, we're doing it at the festival. Trying to bail, eh, Renee? Well, isn't this a familiar scene? It reminds me of our days in school. Though as I recall it, you would always land in trouble with Mr. Powell for cutting classes. You always played things by the book, on the surface anyway. As long as your student council work is neat as a pin, you could slack off with no one the wiser. Naturally, moderation and discretion are key when it comes to flouting the rules. Well, I'm waiting for an explanation on why Mr. X Student Council Prez is skipping out on his alma mater's school festival. But your card's wrong, and it might just tag along. Ever the busybody, aren't we? Still, perhaps this is for the better. Come with me, I'll give you a ride. What the? Didn't you just get a truck? Top of the line Etois sports car. When the hell did you snag this beaut? And this is on the more modest end, really. Now go on, take a seat. I'm gonna see how comfy this thing is no matter how much it kills me inside. You think he bought the truck, but then, like, we went back in time and he kept his memories and he's like, you know what? Screw the truck, let's get a fast car instead. So this is the place? Nah, he probably has enough money to buy the truck and the car. Guess I should have seen it coming. What, is some artist you like putting on a show? Oh, I'm not in the audience today. My musical peers and I had promised to meet here. Really? We'd booked a short window of time for an impromptu session, you see. That's so. Yes, but as luck would have it, all of them are now otherwise engaged. This happens from time to time, so I intended to drop by and cancel our reservation. But that was before I had you accompanying me. Do you still remember how to play the guitar? Last time I did was back at Aramis, and even then I only plucked around a bit while helping out with club stuff. No way I'll be anywhere near as good as the rest of your circle. No, I don't expect you to be. Come along, if you insist. You don't just ask someone, do you still play guitar, and do you have songs picked out? Do you know Van would be able to know them? Van borrowed an instrument from the concert hall. He and Kincaid then decided to jam out on an empty audience for a bit. Oh, well, if there's no audience, yeah, you just find a key and go. Damn, we got a pro here. You never let yourself get rusty, huh, Renee? Before you call him a pro, let me turn this up. Okay. Turn that back down. I can't hear the bass at all normally. Maybe in post I can, but like you cannot hear it unless I turned it up there. And you're keeping up pretty well for being so out of practice. Maybe we could even include you in one of our concerts. Hold up, you actually played for a crowd before? Don't get distracted. We're moving straight into the next song. Got it. What? As a musician, seeing them, the way they talk about this stuff in like trails and basically any anime where they just pick up a guitar and they're like, you know this song, right? Or it feels a little unrealistic, but it's fine. So, you met some other musicians on the Orbelnet. Yes, we started out by meeting up offline to share in our mutual love of music. Our group gets along famously, despite coming from different walks of life and spanning a wide range of ages. Each of us does what we can to carve out a little space in our busy lives to gather, chat, and play whatever comes to mind. Makes for a nice occasional reprieve. So you get to just do your thing, no strings attached. Sounds right up my alley. Can't say I ever pictured you getting yourself into a friend group like that, though. I guess even after all these years, there's still a lot I don't know about you. Is it really so strange? I like to think that I make a strong effort to maintain my social life. Besides, one should never judge a book by its cover. You, Elaine, and myself all have sides to ourselves that we keep from one another, and that was as true then as it is now. Well, yeah, I ain't trying to say otherwise. But even apart from that, for whatever reason, I have always had a hard time imagining what you're like outside of work. It's as if you've always got this wall around you, Renee. That's the best way I can put it. And that girl I'd been seeing told me the same thing recently. Just another occupational hazard, I suppose. You haven't gotten on my case for not calling you Kincaid even once today. That ain't the only way you haven't been yourself either. Take your reservation for this place. Normally you'd just cancel it and go about your business. What, did something happen between you and your lady? Wait, seriously? I was half joking there. I never had much of opportunity to see her this year. Tight schedules are a given considering my role as presidential aide, but that isn't much of an excuse. She said she could never tell what was going through my head. That's rough. Let me guess, is she supposed to come to your jam session today? Yes, I had planned to introduce her to my fellow musicians. In a sense, the fact that they have other commitments is a blessing in disguise. Our split was mutual, if that's any consolation. Many relationships just aren't meant to last. That said, I almost wish she had slapped me even once. Why so silent all of a sudden? Did my point about ill-fated relationships hit a little too close to home? Jackass, don't try to play it off by dissing me. Anyway, break's over. Let's bring this house down. How about we do something that goes extra hard next, like the punk rock stuff we used to try back in high school? You mean the song we were considering for the festival doesn't exactly feel appropriate at our current age. What? Since when? A few birthdays ain't gonna change who you are inside. Or are you scared my guitar is gonna upstage your bass? My brush strumming technique was pretty sick. I never called it a bad idea. Count me in. And so the two of them resumed their jam session. Music, however, was much more intense than what they had played before the break. Despite the occasional bungled phrase, they continued playing to their heart's content. I love it when people who play bass and guitar are like, let's compete. And it's like, it's a different world. It's a different world. It's like comparing a script for a movie to a book or something. I don't know. They're just different. You can't have a competition. Oof. Might have gone a bit overboard there. My fingers are starting to feel like shredded meat. So quick to complain. You could learn a thing or two from my group mates. We have a member with more zeal in advanced age than most youths, another in a managerial position at a major corporation, and so forth. Pretty impressive. Almost makes it sound like you're networking on the side. I haven't a clue what you mean. Nevertheless, my spirits do feel lighter now. Glad to hear it. Ever want to jam again, just say the word and I'll be there. I know venting ain't really your thing, but I don't mind lending an ear when you need it. It doesn't matter if you're the oldest in our group. Don't forget that you've got people in your corner, me and Elaine included. Besides, knowing you, it won't be long before you meet a new catch. But hey, if you need help fishing around, I'm only a 4 SPG away. Something funny about that? No, I was laughing at my own immaturity. Especially if my dishonorary little brother is trying to console me. I never thought I'd see the day. You truly have grown, Van. There you go, treating me like a little kid again. But hey, if you do meet someone new, maybe introduce her to us this time. Alright, Renee? And that's Kincaid to you. And how are you and Elaine faring? Unless you've been making progress with a certain young lady in your employ. Nope. The hell I have. Well, you always got to turn things around on me. And so the pair left the concert hall. That is a good way to immediately shut him up, though. They then rode back in Kincaid's car to reunite with their companions, bickering all the way as old friends often do.
Now you're the one comforting me. Ooh, the script has been flipped. I suppose that's proof of how much you've grown. Anyhow, we should do this again sometime. We can even drag Elaine along.
All right. That is maybe my favorite one so far. Second favorite. I think Rosette. Actually, I kind of love all of them so far, but Rosette's was definitely one of my favorite. Judas was just funny. I have to put that up there. I thought that one was great, but I'd say Rosette, Elaine, and Renee, or Renee Elaine, are my top 3 so far. I definitely love this one as well. Oh God. Okay, so we have 3 left, and we're gonna save them for after the side quest.
Let's do this.
I've been taking like twice as many hydration breaks, but I think it's kind of necessary. All right. I know for a fact one of these is about the pastry thing, because they're having a problem in there.
Let's see what we got.
But are you going to give me two, like the other district? Plans have been laid to hold the Eat a Sweets contest at Armis Academy Festival, but unfortunately, all of the patissiers who were scheduled to participate are no-shows. Would you be willing to gather up replacements? Okay. Oh. Okay. No second dangerous monster or anything.
Welcome to
Wait. Oh, this is the last 4SPG. Oh. I must have miscounted last time I looked at this. Damn.
Lucia Patisserie.
Oh, well, if it isn't Van. I appreciate you all taking the time to visit, but I'm afraid I'm a little preoccupied at the moment. No worries, we're here on business today. You guys sent out a 4SPG asking for Arkride Solutions help, right? We came to lend a hand. Shit. I have to reload because I'm not saving these connection events? Well, I'll reload after. Does that mean you're the spriggan everyone's been talking about? What a surprise. To think it was you this whole time. Well, thankfully, you caught me at the perfect moment. Your request mentioned something about the Eat a Sweets contest, right? Sounds like a pretty big deal. Listen up, Fairy. The Eat a Sweets contest is more than just a big deal. It's a test of will that features the most celebrated patissiers in the capital. It may only be held every once in a blue moon, but it's an event that defines the future of each and every confections establishment in the capital. Andalusia was the winner of last year's contest, which means they're practically a shoo-in for this year's too. I see. You keep track of all their contests, huh? I'd expect nothing less from the Professor of Sweets. Up until last year, the event was sponsored by the Quincy Company. Many of the participants were from the East and Central East, so the judges had ample opportunity to act with prejudice. That won't happen again. Hard to believe they're holding such a historic event at Armis of all places. Sorry, I must have forgotten to mention it to you. As last year's winner, we were consulted as to where the contest should be held. And as you may know, we are also in charge of providing the sweets for the Armis cafeteria. You try to set up a booth at their school festival every year. Due to it overlapping with the contest this year, I suggested we might as well hold the contest at Armis. The school readily agreed to your proposal, of course. I even added my own seal of approval. However, we've recently been made aware of a few complications. That's why we issued a 4SPG. Alright, makes sense to me. So, what? Did all the participants decide to bail or something? Well, you see. Apparently all the patissiers, other than Holland, have fallen horribly ill. At the same time, that's impossible. Oh no, is it the same guy? Well, usually before we hold a contest proper, we have a qualifying competition in order to determine who will be participating. Of course, that meant we all had to taste every entered dish, and it just so happened that one of our contestants decided to use a rather rare spice. Oh. Due to an unfortunate combination of ingredients, the result was mass food poisoning. Okay. And because everyone was unaware of this combination, they were all unlucky enough to fall victim to it. You gotta be kidding me. Almost sounds like it could have been a terrorist attack. Simply hearing the word terrorist has me on edge. Didn't something similar happen in Longport? There's no need to worry. After conducting a thorough investigation, the police have concluded it was indeed an accident. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't sensed anything fishy on my end either. I guess that makes things a little better. Thankfully, my symptoms were very light compared to the others. But the rest had no choice but to withdraw. Most said they were unwilling to participate if they weren't in top form. It'd be a shame to call the whole thing off, however. Instead, we thought we could perhaps bend the rules a bit We're hoping to attract more participants if we open registration to the general public. Okay. Given such strange circumstances, we figured we might also rename the competition to the Arma Sweets Contest. However, we're unable to decide who to recruit for participation, and the contest is just around the corner. Does ice cream count as a sweet? The ice cream vendor. Jen makes candy, I think. The flower shop girl in Old Town. So what you're saying is, as long as Holland's not the only competitor, everything else should fall into place. Still, convincing someone to join a competition on such short notice is going to be a hell of a task. Well, I'm sure we must know someone that'd be willing. We have to know someone. The world of sweets is at stake here. Alright, we're on the case. Are you sure? Thank you so much, Van. Honestly, I think you might be doing him a favor, not the other way around. But anyway, as a member of Arma Student Council myself, I'll do everything I can to help. Guess our policy of only taking serious requests got thrown out the window, huh? Rules don't matter when there's sweets involved. Well, I suppose it's decided. Could you tell us how many participants you'd like us to recruit? If possible, 4 would be ideal. 4, huh? I think I know just who to call on. Is one of those people the owner of Monmar? Got that right. Oh. We'll probably grumble the whole way here, though. I'm also thinking of asking the shopkeeper at the Liberal Boutique. Isn't she in a maid costume right now? Doing an event? And that makes sense. She did used to work as a maid over in Bose, after all. I believe she's been helping set up the festival recently. Should be able to find her somewhere around the school. A maid? I bet she'll be great at baking. And for a third participant, I was thinking of recruiting someone from Laifu Fondian. Mei Xing, huh? I think she just opened up a shop near the school, too. I'm sure she'll come up with something real tasty for us. She sounds perfect, but do we have any ideas on the 4th? Can I make a suggestion? There's someone I've been hoping to meet for a while now. I believe I saw him in a magazine once, and I've been curious about him. Oh, Don. His name is Don from Central Market. He is in the Blacklight District. Oh, I know him from Gateau de Don, right? I'm sure he'll be thrilled to get an invitation like this. Your enthusiasm for the culinary arts never ceases to amaze, Van. However, I heard he's closed up shop for the moment. You might just have to search around for him. No problem. I have a feeling I know where to look. Heard he used to run with some gangs, so I'm sure he's still in contact with a few of his old buddies. If you sniff around their usual hangouts, we'll find the guy in no time. I see. I suppose that wouldn't hurt to look. Well, if you don't mind going out of your way, I'd certainly appreciate it. I guess that makes 4. If we can get them all to agree, that'll be a case closed. Yeah, we should get moving. Here's hoping you'll find only success.
Well, we're on the clock now.
Okay, I have to reload so I can get my connection points back, and then I'll just skip this. Done. Got my points back. We're all good. All right, ma'am.
Got a question for you.
Is that really what happened? How terrible. I'd like to give you all a hand, but I'm not so sure it'd be alright for someone from Longport to participate. Should be fine. I mean, I was the one who recommended you anyway. Yeah, sweets shouldn't be a problem for the former Teiji Chushi of Kowloon Hotel, right? That's for sure. My sister's gonna sweep the competition. Oh, you. Well, if you really think I can be of help, I'll gladly do my part. Thanks. We'll see you at the contest then. That one's done? Uh-oh. Huh? What's all the commotion? It seems to be coming from the front gate. I wonder if something happened. Let's go take a look. Wait, no. Yeah, I guess we should, though something tells me this will be a real pain. Wait, no! No, I have no choice. I have to see this. Okay, surprise story quick. Oh.
Hello, everyone. I'm sorry to surprise you like this.
This is a big one.
I was just making a quick stop to partake in the festivities. I was curious to see what my alma mater had in store this year. The students have chosen a different approach this time around. Well, don't mind me. I hope you all are enjoying yourselves.
Holy crap, it's really him. And President Gramhart sure knows how to work up a crowd. I didn't realize he was an RMS alumnus. Who knew my new school was so prestigious? I never knew that the president was an alumnus, but I knew that, but I didn't really expect him to see him here. Oh, man. I feel bad for Anya's. I'm going to go out on a limb and guess she didn't know he was coming. Yeah, doubtful. I bet Ren and Renee knew. They probably kept it under their lid. Well, at least now we don't have to worry about festival crashers. Security's bound to have gone up from airtight to damn near impenetrable. Most likely. Now that I think about it, Jin was awfully confident in the security detail. Perhaps Koika kept him in the loop. Do you ever wonder how we ended up becoming acquainted with all these devious characters? All the time. Kinda curious what the president's up to, but we're starting to run out of time. We'll need to be meeting up with the rest of the crew pretty soon here. Oh no. Some characters have moved and their conversation topics have changed. Choosing meetup from the travel menu. Okay. All quests connect. Yeah, I don't know. We're not ready for that yet.
Enjoy the festival.
Lyle's mother showed up. Okay, well, I'm gonna wait on talking to NPCs. How many? Just at the festival, I assume. Let's see how many people changed in here as well. Oh my god. There's an event up here? Well, that'll wait. Okay, Anya's, yeah, they've all updated. That's fine though. New players in here, that makes sense. Oh, you two are playing? Oh no, this is tea room. This is the tea room. Yeah, it sounds like we're gonna be doing NPC updates before story in the next episode.
Got a question for you.
You don't have enough participants for your contest. I'd be more than happy to help you all. That was easy. Kind of figured it'd take a little more convincing. As the proprietor of the Liberal Boutique, I simply have no reason to refuse. After all, it would make for a wonderful opportunity to introduce others to the flavors of Liberal. I'm sure my experience as a maid will do much to aid me as well. With your permission, I would be honored to take the chance to show everyone my skill. Thank you. I look forward to tasting the flavors of Liberal. Great, we'll see you later then.
Well then, shall we?
The fact that they got updated is so... I mean, it's exciting, but oh man, I was like, it's gonna be story from here on after this episode. Nope, not right away.
Got a question for you.
Gotta wait to see what bad thing is gonna happen a little bit longer. So that's what happened, huh? Sounds like some real bad luck. But you know the contest of theirs is only for the best of the best in the business, right? To think you believe my skills are up to par. Well, as much as I appreciate the thought, I really don't think it's the sort of place the owner of a simple bistro belongs. Listen, I get what you're saying, but with the way things are now, the contest isn't even going to happen this year. There's just not enough participants. So what if I put it like this? Those girls of yours found out that you got to take place in such a prestigious competition, standing among the very best in the industry. Don't you think they'd be proud? Maybe it's my own personal bias speaking, but I'm a really big fan of all the food you make. I think you'd be a great addition to the contest. Yeah, me too. Sheesh, you sure are making it hard to refuse. Taking on such a big job so suddenly would really put me in a bind, though. But I know Yume's been looking forward to this festival for a while now. Guess I don't mind doing it for her. Alright, you can count me in. Something tells me he's way more excited than he looks. Great, we'll see you at the contest then. Alright, and then blacklight.
Off we go.
I'll check out the arena.
What are you looking at?
There you are.
Let me ask you something.
What? Are you freaking kidding me? The Eat a Sweets contest is a battlefield that every patissier worth his salt tries to work his way into. There's no way someone like me should be taking part. My technique's just not up to it. He's taken this more seriously than I expected. Look, I understand how you feel. But you've been doing pretty well, don't you think? Gateau de Dawn was even showcased in a magazine recently. I mean, sure, but... Listen, if we don't find enough participants, the event's gonna suffer a huge setback. Just think of it as a lucky break, yeah? And couldn't this be your chance to scope out the competition? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Well, I guess you're right. Alright, you got me. I'll just have to throw my best at him. Should be able to brush up on my skills in the meantime. Sounds good. We'll see you at the competition then. Looks like we rounded up all the participants. Let's go back to Andalusia. Alright.
Welcome to Andalusia Patisserie.
Hey, we're back. And we managed to get all 4 participants. Really? It would appear they've arrived just in time for introductions. Yeah, I came like you told me to. I must say, this is quite the lineup. Excellent. First off, I'd like to thank you all for joining us on such a sudden request. Aren't you the owner of Montmartre? And you're the one from that restaurant over in Longport. Oh, and you're that patissier Mr. Holland's been raving about. I think you even convinced the proprietor of Liberal Boutique to join as well. I had no idea this competition was this will be a competition for the ages. Yeah, we're only filling in for the big leagues, but I'll make sure to give it my all. Yes, I shall do my utmost to succeed. It's going to be one hell of a contest, that's for sure. I heartily agree. Well, since we're running out of time, why don't we get started on the prep? I'll be distributing the materials to each of you. Oh, before I forget, Arkride Solutions, once again, I thank you for all your help. The event will begin shortly, so please see your way to the designated location. Roger that. There at least better be a little bit of an audience. Following a quick debrief session and a short rehearsal, preparations were made to begin the event. I'm forgetting how to read now. It's gone. Once everyone was ready, the curtains were finally raised on the Arma Sweets contest. My apologies for keeping you all waiting. Welcome once more to the Battle of the Patissiers, the Edith Sweets contest. Okay, we got an audience. This time, however, we plan to present you a new version of the competition, the Arma Sweets contest. Oh, you made it. Yeah, just barely. I heard that Grandpa's going to be making some sweets. I'm super excited to taste them. You're right, he is. Let's make sure to cheer him on. I'm sure Victor would have no issue when winning the judges over. Thanks for giving me a heads up about the contest starting, Agnes. I'm ready to report. And sorry you had to remind me to do my job. Got a little distracted by all the booths. And that's all right. I'm just glad you made it in time. And now, without further ado, allow me to introduce the first round of our contest. Our beginning theme will be a sweet fit for students. Those judging our contest this time will be a few Arma students as well as recent alumni. As both a former student council president and representative of the graduates, I will do all I can to act as a strict and impartial judge. I'm just glad to be here, but don't worry, I take the quality of my sweets super seriously. I'll make sure to judge them well. I look forward to seeing what everyone decided to make. Honestly, I don't really know much about sweets, though. I'm not sure why I was chosen for all this. Why don't you just quit then? That way I can give everyone perfect scores. I'm sure that'll give my transcript a boost. The heck are you mumbling about? Odette certainly seems excited. Oh man, I wanted to be a judge too. Yeah, wish they would have asked me. No kidding, just the smell's making me hungry. The 2 contestants with the highest scores in the first round will earn the right to participate in our finals. With that, let us proceed to introducing the contestants and their desserts. First, coming all the way from Liberl to share with us its flavor, we have Lila. Hello everyone, it's wonderful to meet you. The dish I prepared today is my flowery gelato. It uses the essence of one of Liberl's edible flowers to create a fragrant and sweet treat. Please enjoy. Made from Liberl, huh? Never expected someone like that to be participating. Judges gorge themselves on the gelato. This is delicious, and the floral scent is simply remarkable. Oh, you're right, and the texture is great too. That's not to mention how light the aftertaste is. The aroma isn't overpowering either. Yeah, I guess it's alright. The ingredients seem to balance each other out pretty well. Honestly, you could probably serve this at some high-class restaurant. She sounds confident. Has she been a judge before? Ahem. Although the flavor is indeed rather elegant, it's likely to prove displeasing to those who find the scent of flowers unappealing. That makes sense. Well, there you have it. Let's continue with our next contestant. His shop spent its fair share of time in the spotlight recently. Please welcome the owner of Gateau de Dawn. Not really used to this kind of thing, attention man, but anyway, let me introduce what I cooked up for y'all. This here's my orange peel cannoli. It's a recipe I'm pretty proud of. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into these things, so you brats better enjoy them. Judges chow down. Oh my, the outside itself is so crispy, but the inside is light and airy. The bits of orange peel add so much flavor. The elasticity of the dough is simply perfect. Oh, I feel like I could eat 1,000 of them. This cannoli thing's got a kind of a strange shape, honestly, but I guess it's alright. Should probably be a little sweeter, though. The fact that it's not is one of its strong points. But this is a sweets competition. The fact that it's not is one of its strong points? Alright, let's move on to our next contestant. I'm sure all you gourmets out there know just who this bistro legend is. He's Victor, owner of Monmar Bistro in Old Town. Nice, looks like it's Victor's turn. Good luck, Grandpa. Is that my yubei I hear? This one's for you, Princess. Well, anyway, here's my caramel pudding. It may look simple, but I'll have you know I made this with only the most quality of ingredients. I hope it's to your liking. Judges pigged out on it. The caramel flavor is so gentle, it's amazing. And the pudding's so soft too. If we had this at our cafeteria, I'd eat it every day. I've never had caramel pudding this rich before. It's sweet, but somehow still fresh and unique. I've been to Monmar a bunch. This pudding's my favorite thing on their menu. Can't argue with that. I try to get some every time I stop by. It's a pretty classic dessert. Now, let us continue. Our fourth and final contestant is all the rage in Longport. She's the owner of Laifu Fondian, the one and only Mei Xing. It's a pleasure. I'm hoping to share a special treat with you all today. This is my Emerald Manto. Both the dough and sauce are made from an original blend of black tea. However, the inside may still be hot. Be careful when taking a bite. My stomach is growling. You got this, Mei Xing. The judges munched on a bit of it. I've never tasted anything like this, so this is a delicacy from the East. It's so warm and tasty, the flavor is really addicting too. Black tea and dough, huh? That's a pretty interesting combination. I'm sure you'd have to have years of experience to make something this good. Taste is a little unusual, but it's far from bad. I'm sure this could be pretty popular outside the East, too. That's what I was gonna say. And it's not only delicious, it's also unique. I think they sell really well. Have you opened a store here in the capital? Looks like the evaluations have all been tallied. I will now proceed to announce the results of the first round. I'm guessing it's Victor and Dawn. Two contestants that'll advance to the finals are... Oh, Victor and Mei Xing. Oh, great job, Grandpa. Thank you very much. Damn, I knew it was a shot in the dark, but I still got my hopes up. Because I really do have to work on my technique. Well, I suppose allowing everyone to have a little taste of Liberl was enough for me. So those are the results, huh? They really put their backs into making all that. They sure did. Still, having to stand by while they ate all that was torture. Damn, I should have asked them to make me one of the judges. That's twice. Well, it certainly looks like you all are enjoying yourselves. Yeah, but I kind of wish I could have got a few tastes of those treats. I figured that's what you'd say. And that's why I thought of another way to offer my thanks for your help. No way, you can't mean... Oh, we're the judges for the final round? And now, we've come to our final round. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Holland, the beloved owner of Andalusia and last year's contest winner. He'll be participating with our contestants. And last but not least, allow me to introduce our new judges. That's an interesting lineup. What a wide-ranging selection. Our first judge, he helps from the shadows but can be lured out with a sweet treat or two. Van Arkride. Damn, I'm gonna end up owing Holland big time for this, aren't I? You got this, Van. I don't think I've ever seen him so happy. I'm sure he'll want a picture of this. Next on our roster, she's short, cute, and the very definition of a calming influence, Miss Toa. Is that really what people think of me? I hope she manages to enjoy herself for once. She's always working so hard. This is a problem. Our third judge is a very special guest from the world of Orbital film. He's the celebrated director you all know and love, Director Gotti. He didn't even say anything. And also in attendance is the woman who received the Best Actress award at Tharbad's last film festival, Nina Fenley. Oh, you sure picked an interesting group to judge all this. This'll be a hell of a contest, no doubt. Yeah, I agree. And personally, I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone makes. Didn't expect to see those two here. How come they get to judge and I don't? And finally, we managed to procure a last-minute edition all the way from the Basel Institute of Science. Uh-oh. He's going to be the hardest to please by far. He's the mastermind behind such inventions as the T-phone and a fair number of other contributions to society as well, Professor Cronkite. Using a contest to determine superiority in the culinary arts seems a bit strange in my opinion. Taste differs from individual to individual. Agreed. Young's as critical as ever, I see. Now, let's proceed to the main event. The theme for this final round is classic confections. Let's see what our contestants have cooked up. First up is our former champion and proprietor of Andalusia, Mr. Holland, which means you lose. Never go first. Seems I have the honor of going first today. Ooh. Since the theme is classic confections, I prepared a tried and true creation of mine, possibly my most masterful to date. Behold the pistachio spring soiree. Huh. He must be planning on adding it to their menu. Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Holland's always coming up with new desserts. Judges partook in it, the cake savoring its elegant flavors. Wow, the pistachios really got a full-bodied taste. The acidity of the berries mixed with the sweetness of the chocolate. Yeah, this is a pretty solid combo. Honestly, it sort of reminds me of the time I spent here at Armis. Bittersweet memories of spring. Well, I think Mr. Arkride said everything that needs saying. I suppose if I were to add anything myself, I'd say it's really rich, yet light on the tongue. I certainly wouldn't mind having seconds.
This cake is crazy delicious. Someone remind me to call this guy for catering later.
Both the taste and texture are of great quality, too. I can tell a lot of passion went into making this.
All the flavors have achieved a sensible harmony. I believe it would pair rather nicely with coffee. Next up, we have Victor of Monmar.
Oh, that's...
I'll admit, it's a bit tough following such a celebrated professional. Well, anyway, I'm prepared for my homemade tarte tatin. I think, for you all. Both my daughter and granddaughter grew up eating this. It's a pretty popular dessert in our household.
Hey, we've had that before. Yeah, I remember it being really good. I'm starting to crave some myself. The judges tried a few bites of the tart, reveling in the taste.
Phew. Yeah, I don't even know where to start. Isn't this cheating, Victor? You already had my taste buds in a chokehold.
The caramelized apples are simply delectable. The pastry itself is crispy, but slightly moist as well. I can tell plenty of attention was paid to perfecting every detail.
Oh, a single bite reminds you of a warm and welcoming family.
Yes, it most definitely does. However, it still manages to taste like a luxurious dessert. Delicious doesn't even begin to describe it.
Was this not terrible? You can tell the chef took great care in selecting his ingredients. I'm sure Esmeré and Katra would find this taste compelling.
That's all you're going to get out of him.
And finally, we have our final contestant, Laifu Fondian's Mei Shane.
I thought long and hard about what classic confection meant to me, and I came up with this. It's a special pudding made so that it doesn't stick to the plate, your chopsticks, or even your teeth. I call it a Snowfall Sanbujan. I developed it while I was still working at Kowloon Hotel. I've never seen this version before. I wonder how it tastes. I'm excited to see their reactions.
Judges took sampled it, attempting to identify new flavors. The egg seems creamier than usual. It really melts in your mouth, too. This is way different from other sambujan I've had.
I've never seen this before, but it tastes great. I think the white egg yolk really earns the spotlight here.
You can tell the chef really excels in Eastern technique. She must be a true master of her skill. It's a work of art.
This is really a one-of-a-kind taste. I'm so glad I was able to try such a delicacy.
The mixture of ingredients has created a rather unique taste. Perhaps the field of cooking does have depth after all. Well, those are all the sweets we prepared for today. Judges, if you would write down the dish you feel was the best out of 3?
They all look so delicious. Yeah, and Van had such a way of describing them. I almost started drooling just from listening to him. You're right, he seemed really passionate about them all.
He'd probably make a killing as a gourmet reporter.
I'm so excited. What do you think Van's gonna choose?
They're all pretty freaking good. It'll be hard to just pick one. But since it's a contest and all, I have to make a choice. Andalusia's Pistachio Spring Soiree, Victor's Tarte Tatin, and Mei Sheng's Snowfall thingy. Which one should I vote for?
Well, this isn't fair.
He didn't seem super excited about this one. He said, "Isn't this cheating?" to Victor, and he immediately had his head back because it was so good for him. This is a pretty solid combo. Bittersweet memories. This didn't sound pretty sweet combo, but Victor, he went all out for. So if I was just gonna play the character, I would definitely choose this one.
simply because Van looked like he really enjoyed it. And since I don't get to eat these sweets, it's not up to me. We're going with that. All right, I made up my choice. Made my choice. I am getting really hungry now. Welcome back, Van. What are you doing over here? Aren't you still one of the judges? Yeah, but I already turned in my vote. Should be fine to watch the announcement from here. Thank you for your patience, everyone. It's now time for the final results to be revealed. After a fierce battle, the crown goes to Monmar's homemade tartin. Oh, hey, that's the one I voted for. I guess you really do have great taste. Your confection made me feel like I was in some heartwarming family drama. Yes, your tart was very delicious. You could tell just how much love went into making it. Well, I'm quite pleased to hear that. By all means, feel free to stop by our bistro whenever you like. Congratulations. I suppose I'll just have to work even harder to match up to you. I'm actually feeling a little inspired by all this. I'll be sure to improve my technique once I return to Longport. And as for our grand prize, the winner will receive 1 year's supply of the highest quality fruit and eggs, sourced all the way from Red. Seriously? They're going to be eating good for a year. To thank them for their hard work, the other 2 contestants received rewards as well. And with that, the Arma Sweets contest came to a close after finding roaring success, although Van and the others took a moment to talk with Yume and Victor. They all eventually split up to enjoy the rest of the festival. It was a really great contest. Yes, everyone seemed to be having a lot of fun. Well, we certainly couldn't have done it without your help. I have to say, I'm quite impressed that you managed to bring together so many talented chefs on such short notice. I'd like to thank you again for all the hard work you've done. I'll make sure to deposit the payment as promised. Sounds good to me. I like this quest. Well, I think I've had my fill of the school activities for now. Sorry to burst your bubble, but the festival is just getting started. We've still got plenty of other places to explore around here. Why don't we take a look? All right. After you.
I hope I was of assistance.
Mira deposit confirmed.
That one was fairly long. There was a lot of dialogue, but I enjoyed all of it. Complete all quests. What did that say?
Modifying your ornament, are you?
CP plus 10 when recovering allies? What? Space Mirage.
Initiating maintenance.
Space and Mirage are never together either. Damn it. Why do you keep putting these combinations together? I could use some Mirage on that category, but this will just let me replace something. Arts damage when HP is lower. Honestly, wait, I'm going to lose time. Which doesn't matter at all. Okay, that's fine.
Single element slot.
And then I can put a Malthea on
Adjustment complete.
Nadia. Shit, give me a minute. Alright, I just swapped the cast 2 and the hit 3. Didn't lose anything. And then we added this in here, so that just got me a little Mirage for Phantom Start. That doesn't really help me. It's fine, though. At least we have that. Arts damage when HP is lower, so... Nadia doesn't have that much health, so she or defense, so she's low health quite often. Okay, we have to do 3 connection events now. I do need to save. I guess I could do it right here. It doesn't really matter where I do it. Yeah, I'm gonna save. All right. We are good. Oh, right, I have all those. So, we just did Renee's recently. We're going to do Ren, Chizuna, and Yume. Seems Ren's been working non-stop to keep the festival running, all part of the job, I guess, but considering she's asking a favor for once, I should lend a hand. Van parted ways with everyone in order to take care of a certain request. And that's what led to the bicycle parking incident. We've since changed the way we're directing traffic, so I don't expect this to be an issue going forward. Why is this left to kids? Well, I'm glad to hear this matter came to a swift resolution, which was no doubt owed to your prompt response, I'm sure. Thank you for the report. Keep up the good work as always. Of course. And one last thing. I know you're in charge of the festival and all, but I hope you'll give yourself a break soon. It's long overdue. Hello, Ren Bright speaking. Oh my, a direct inquiry from the Institute. Is that in regards to the dissertation I published recently? So they would like me to give a lecture on the design theories behind network traffic for long-distance communication. I understand. I'll check my schedule and get back with you as soon as I can. Have a lovely day. No rest for the weary student council president, I suppose. You're using character art for... No, I shouldn't complain. I'm not the only one who's busy after all. How did they even get that shot? Well then, I think I'll take advantage of this brief respite to chip away at my paperwork. I'll start with the club applications and the paperwork submitted for the new school year. You need to bring Toa in here and she's the only one who understands truly. Oh, come in. I wonder if it's Odette this time. Hey there. Sorry to interrupt. You look as busy as ever, Miss President. Ah, good afternoon, Van. This is an unexpected surprise, but not an unwelcome one. To what do I owe this visit? Has something happened? If there's a problem, I'll make sure it's taken care of right away. Actually, I just came to ask one simple question. Want to come on a little date with me? My, Van Arkride, I never took you for a casual flirt. I wonder how Agnes and Elaine would react if I spilled the tea on this little move you're making. Huh? Why are you bringing them up? Anyway, it looks like you've wrapped up all the work you need to for now. You can spare the time, I'm sure. But if you want to play the stubborn card, I'll just have to drag you out of the office by force. Well, you aren't leaving me much choice in the matter. Not that I'm objecting, of course. Absconding with you might make for a pleasant change of pace. Would you care to escort me? Of course. Van led Ren out the rear exit, and the two of them headed out into town in his pickup. Ah, so they have new sightseeing guides for Liberl and Crossbell, do they? There's even one for the Empire. Can't imagine I'll be heading out that way anytime soon, but I'd like to someday. But there are loads of great desserts you can only find over in the western half of the continent. I can just picture him, like, becoming best friends with, Margarita? Is that her name? Well, if you do decide to go out that way, I wouldn't mind showing you around. Oh, and Milliam. Milliam would love Van. I can take you on a tour of all the major cities, and I can even help you find the places that are off the map. I know all the best restaurants. Careful, I might take you up on that offer. Huh, never really had you pegged as the type who'd like fishing. Oh yeah, I think you once told me that your older sister is pretty into it. She's a bracer, yeah? That's right. She taught me how to fish before I moved to Calvard. I only do it on occasion, but it's a nice way to pass the time. and she and her partner are traveling all over Zemuria in their effort to achieve A-rank status. She sends me pictures of fish as she catches sometimes. Although I do wish she'd spare me the details of their little lovers' spats. Sounds like the two of you are pretty tight. And then he threw a snowball at me. Holy shit, it's that limited edition cake everyone's been hyped about. Hyped up about. Every time I poke my head in here, it's always sold out. It was even featured in a magazine special on Heavenly Confections. It certainly looks delicious. It would probably go well with a refreshing cup of tea. Want to give it a try? I know you're only asking because you want to try it for yourself, but very well. We can have some. Hell yeah. Eventually, the pair made their way to the Grand Circuit. After partaking in a leisurely stroll around the racetrack, they did some window shopping and dropped by the beer garden. For their final stop, they decided to ride the Ferris wheel. Really? Oh, we sure packed a lot in one date, huh? Indeed, you have my gratitude, Van. This is exactly the sort of break I needed. Although, I can't help but feel this supposed date is missing something. A touch of romance, perhaps. Hey, cut me some slack. I'm already in enough trouble as it is for running off with a high school girl. Ah, what a pity. Alright, I think it's about time you came clean. But the reason you took me on this date, I mean, it was almost as though you could tell I was in low spirits. I know you did all this from a place of genuine concern, but the timing was just a little too perfect, even for you. Tell me, did Estelle, Joshua, and Tita send you a 4-SPG through the guild? Ooh, that would be cool. My guess is yes. They were unable to fulfill their promise of coming to today's festival, so this must be their way of making up for that. Well, guess the cat's out of the bag. Really? They actually sent one? I already told them they didn't need to come. I didn't want them to feel guilty. They have their hands full with their work at the guild and the ZCF, so I fully understood why they couldn't make time. I know they were looking forward to it and that it was out of their hands. I tried to reassure them that I was fine, but no, I suppose they could tell that deep down I miss them. They really are such kind, lovely people, and that's why I miss them so much. Yeah, that much is clear as day. I mean, they're the ones who found you when you were still wandering around on your own as Kitty. You've all got a special bond. Indeed, we do. They're my pride and joy. Thank you, Van. This is a really nice surprise. Maybe one day I can return the favor to them. It's ironic that the former Kitty could only barely scratch the surface. Okay. You didn't think the surprise was over already, did you? A new hollow system. What is... Good morning, Ren. You have grown, partner. What? Huh? Are you... Is it really you? No, don't say that. It's not true. It's not true. It's not true. Ren. He sustained critical damage to his logic unit, so this is when Potter Mater dies. There's no backup system for Gordius-class archaisms. It'll be alright. We'll fix you, Will. Goodbye. Sniffle sop. Ah! First recorded reactivation since 1204. It is good to see you again, Bren. How... I guess Van knows Georg? No, George. God damn it. Is it Georg's different? What the hell's his name? Okay. Jorg Rosenberg. You would know him a little bit, but I'm always screwing up George, Georg, and Jorg. Like, I'm like, which one's which? I forget. Because they all have different pronunciations. Never mind. Pattern matter. Did we surprise you? Young woman's voice. Estelle's no longer young, so Tita? Sorry we couldn't make it to the festival, Ren. I know it doesn't really make up for it, but we've had this gift in the works for a super long time. Nope. Young woman, young man. Is it just those two? Is Tita with you? Now that you're coming up on graduation, and since you're soon to be turning 18, we wanted to do something special to commemorate the occasion. Took a lot of people to make it happen, and now we owe favors to people all over the world. The world over. And then it's girl's voice. Young woman, young man, and girl. But it was all worth it because we were able to bring back someone who meant the world to you. How's that for a surprise? We hope you like it. Estelle, Joshua, and even Tita. Okay, Tita's there. No, I'm sure you weren't the only ones who did this. That's right, your family and friends weren't my only clients. Golden Butterfly and Direwolf. Oh, Direwolf were also in on this. Oh, and an unnamed fortune teller and a phantom thief pitched in too. The request was signed by a whole lot of them, even Jorg. Thank you. Wherever he is, put his name down. Yeah, we have no idea. It's the same Gordius-class archaism that was destroyed during Crossbell's first bid for independence 5 years ago. They've been working on restoring it in secret, and they asked me to deliver it to you. Now I can support you once more. It is good to be home, Red. Welcome home. Oh, welcome home, Pattern Matter. Looks like my work here is done. Oof. I think I have to keep this one. Ahem. Damn. Almost got me. Almost. Sniffle, Estelle, Joshua, Tita, everyone. I hope you realize just how unfair this is. You kept all of this from me, and even roped Jorg and Luciola into it. Your best friend's the one who got the ball rolling. She took an interest in holocores while researching the Zyphus standard. Ugh. Then, when the idea popped into her head, she and your family set to work on it. They had to get in contact with Ouroboros and Jorg so that they could restore Pattern Matter as a holocore. It turns out, news travels fast in this society. Once the word hit, it spread like wildfire. They all gathered the data from when it was destroyed, along with any scrap of archive info from the 13 factories. Using that as a base, they were able to assemble the logic unit that was as close to the original as you could get. Then they recreated it. Having said that, it's still just a prototype. They'll be making some improvements in the future. They got past all kinds of organizational and international barriers to make this happen. It's a miracle in the truest sense of the word. This is all thanks to the connections you've made along the way. They all came together and made it a reality. You're right, and don't forget that you played a part in all this too, Van. You speak as though you had next to no involvement, but that simply isn't true. After all, you're the one who lives in that space between the light and dark, allowing you to be connected to and trusted by those of both sides. I mean, I guess. Anyway, hopefully this helps you realize just how many people you have in your corner. Yes, I feel like this experience has really driven that point home for me. You've really outdone yourself this time, Van. Nah, all I did was handle one little request. But I will say, just because you can do anything doesn't mean you should try to do everything. If you need help, I'm just a phone call away, and you can always shoot me a 4SPG whenever you'd like. I'll do whatever I can for you. Oh, you really are impossible. You just won't play fair, will you? I feel like I'll never be able to repay all you've done for me. No, one day I'll find a way. After that, they got off the Ferris wheel. and made their way back to the academy, enjoying the drive along the way.
Thank you for bringing Potter Mater back to me. I do hope you realize I will not stand to let this debt go unpaid. Prepare yourself, because one day I will show you just how grateful I really am.
Oh, and we even got that. Okay, I have to remember to save this one then. I'm assuming only she can use it. No, everyone can? Okay. Greatly enhances both offensive and defensive. What are you using? Ah, you know what? Screw it. It's only appropriate. She has to use it.
Potter Mater, ready to assist.
Oh, it's got a voice. It's level 1, though. These are okay stats for level 1, that's for sure. Not great, but that's a decent crit at least. Damn. That was good. It was very good. I'm actually going to save now because I am keeping this one no matter what. It gave me an item, and it also, yeah, I think it's my favorite one. Not just because of the nostalgia callbacks and all that stuff, but there's something about the overworked Ren getting, you know, I don't know, a very wholesome moment. It's good. It's good. All right. I've saved. And just in case I don't keep these, I'm probably going to end up keeping these too. One, this will finish Shizuna, which is just good. And it'll also finish Yume. There's no other way to get Yume points. And then we'll probably do Elaine's. Yeah, I think I'd probably save that one. Got a weird invitation from Shizuna recently. It said she wants to meet deep in the Memorial Park. Really don't like the sound of it, but I guess I do owe her. I can at least hear her out. Oh boy. Okay, the meeting place is just past here. I got no clue what to expect from this. Hey, what's up, Van? Wow, you actually showed. Why do you sound so surprised? I ain't the type to accept an invite and then be a no-show. So, you seemed a little spaced out there for a minute. Something on your mind? Oh, not really. I was just watching you do your thing. Seeing your form with that sword against all those white petals is pretty mesmerizing, I'll admit. Whoa, it's not often I get a compliment from you of all people. I just call them like I see them. Anyway, those are called Lino flowers, right? I hear they bloom in the Empire, too. Yep, they're indigenous to the East, but they were taken abroad back in the Middle Ages. I heard they were growing. There were some growing around here, so I decided to stop by. Seeing them in full bloom is a sight you don't want to miss. You ain't wrong there. It sure is a sight for sore eyes. Definitely isn't a bad place to kick back and pop open some cold ones. That's actually what's often done at flower viewing parties in the East. It's easy to get swept up in the atmosphere with all this nature around. So, wanna fight? No. What? Boo. So, wanna fight to the death? Let me think. No. Damn it. I freaking knew this was the reason you called me out here. Why do you want to fight me so bad anyway? What makes you think I'd be a match against the Divine Blade? Oh, I don't think that at all. You'd be lucky to last 5 seconds against me as you are now. But as that dark blue Grendel, no, that's another story entirely. Okay, I think I see what's going on. Our fight against the Crimson Grendel must have lit a fire in you, am I wrong? Nope, you hit the nail on the head. From the moment I laid eyes on it, I was itching to pull out my sword and go to town. And just when I thought I had my chance arrived, boom, gone in a flash. I can't contain myself any longer. Guess that means running for the hills is off the table. Not like I could let you go back to Armis in that state anyway. I'm glad you're so quick to understand. Let's hurry up and get started. Sorry, but that ain't an option either. I can't go Grendel when my hollow mare isn't around. She's been sleeping like a baby ever since the Genesis stopped functioning. Oh. Except it works in Mirhengarten? Oh, well, that sucks. What am I supposed to do now? I'm completely overstimulated and I don't have an opponent who can bear the brunt of my attacks. Don't hit the panic button just yet. I have an idea. Just need a quick change of venue. Okay, there we go. I can't believe she's got a bloodthirsty mode where she just has to, like, fight. No, I could believe that. I could very much. The Mirhengarten. Ah, a battlefield with lino flowers and a full moon. I couldn't ask for a more perfect backdrop for a duel. The program must have used the area we were in, along with your fighting spirit as data. Anyhow, I think this should work. Damn. Okay, so it still works in here. Whistle. Keep in mind, I think this is just a digital recreation. I've been through the transformation enough times, and now that I can tell the difference. I only just freed this place from the Garden Master, so this is kind of like exploiting a bug while things are still destabilized. I don't care about any of that. All that matters now is that I can have my fun. Fair warning, I can also get pretty damn fired up when I'm in this form. I'll be able to pump the brakes now that the engine's going. You poke the bear, so get ready for a beatdown. Oh, I'm more than ready for that. Bring it on. Bruh. Oh, come on. Show us. Okay. Ugh. Taking the initiative was definitely the right call, but I think you were just a little too hasty. You need to give yourself enough room to predict how your opponent might counterattack. Shit, even with all the overpowered freaks I've fought with the Grendel up to now, she has them all beat. The power of the Divine Blades is frickin' unreal. Uh-oh. And now you're letting your mind wander too much. A moment is all I need to break through your defenses. Erase all thoughts of this fleeting mortal coil and focus only on the battle before you. Concentrate on me, concentrate on yourself. Because in this world, none exists except us. I can't keep up with her. It's taking all I have just to fend her off. What's the matter, Van? I've seen you fight opponents with more tenacity than this. Uh-oh. And that's more like it. Woo! The speed and power are extraordinary. Looks like he's finally unleashing his inner beast. A beast worthy of the name Devourer of Nightmares. However, it's going to take more than a mere beast to satiate me. Oop. Can't keep up with her when I'm relying on my wits. I play right into her hands when I act on instinct. Is there really nothing I can do? Wait, I got it. I'm both the nightmare and the beast that devours it. What's this? I think some part of me was still trying to hold back. Now I'm ready to come at you with everything I have. Oh, he's going second form mode. What was that called? There it is. That's what I was after. The ultimate hidden form hidden inside you. Grendel... I don't remember. I suppose I had better respond in kind then. Spirit unification. I want to see her and Reem fight in the next game. So bad.
That looks like even more powerful than what we saw in Long Lie. You've been toying with me this whole time. Well, whatever. I won't let that stop me. It just says Grendel Van. What say we fight to the bitter end, Grendel? You're on, Divine Blade of Silver. System error. Data overload from unknown source has been detected. System processing capacity exceeded. Initiating reboot to restore operating protocols. All users will now be disconnected. What? No, not now. The Mir Hangartan eagerly awaits your next visit. No. Back to reality. We were so close. Just when I'd finally found new heights to reach. Wanna go again? Nope. Figured. I'm not really in the mood anyway. Shame we couldn't finish our duel, but I guess I'm satisfied for now. I can't remember the last time I got to use Akegarasu to its full potential. Okay, huh? What's that? Is that the name of your sword or something? Uh-huh. It goes by other names too, but I'm not really not supposed to go into that. The sheath is made from the weapons of so hardened fighters. Many. I bet I could have spruced it up nicely had I got my hands on the Grendel's armor. Probably would have been hard, given that it's made of shards, but heck, knowing you, I'm sure you'd figure a way out to do it. Anyway, I had a lot of fun. Thanks a bunch, Van. Sheesh, you really are something else. I'm not exactly what you call a devoted martial artist, but I definitely feel like I caught a glimpse of something new. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad to do this again at some point. Really? Then let's go another... Not now, I said at some point. Excellent work, Princess, and same to you, Arkride. Did you prepare a feast? Whoa, where'd you come from? Hey there, it looks like you got everything ready for us. Indeed, I just finished setting the table. Enjoy. What? Well, since we're here already, why don't you have a few drinks while we take in the view? Holy crap, this is delicious. Did that Kurigane guy make all this? He sure did. Isn't he great? He likes to cook when he isn't brushing up on his ninja skills. Although cooking might actually be part of his ninjutsu training, after all, poisoning food is a tried and true means of assassination. And now I've lost my appetite. Anyway, I don't hear you talk about ninja stuff all that much, which strikes me as weird considering you're from Ikaruga. This may surprise you to hear, but despite me being Ikaruga's second in command, and despite learning the Black God One blade style from my master, I'm not actually a shinobi myself. I played around with some of the practitioners of the Rogetsu school, but that's about it. Oh. I've been meaning to ask you this for a while. Is that master of yours, the one you call the Sword Hermit? And that's right, and he just so happens to be an old friend of your master's. He was Ikaruga's former chieftain, the Sword Hermit Yun Kafai. Where is he? I'm trying to remember the visual novel with her and Rain. Rain was looking for Yun Kafai, and she learned from him? Obviously, like, all the Divine Blades did, but, like, she learned Black God One blade style from him? I thought she learned that after the fact, in spite of him, but has he, like, turned? Is he a bad guy? In the West, he's better known as the founder of the Eight Leaves One Blade School. Is that right? So does that mean the Black God style is something similar to the Eight Leaves? They're similar in some ways, but not so much in others. The Dark Blade style, the Black God School, has 1,000 years of history behind it. Okay.
Eight Leaves One Blade is more of a modified light blade style that Master himself created, using the Black God as a base. Okay, thank you. I was clueless how this worked. Both aim to guide their practitioners along the path to enlightenment, but the roads we take and the means we use couldn't be more different. Since I trained under the Master himself, I have a pretty good understanding of how the two styles differ. Didn't realize there was so much to it. Let me ask a question of my own. Are you planning to stick with the Kunlun school until you master it? Or will you continue to pursue that hollow style of yours? To be honest, I'm not too sure. Not too interested in doing either. Taken what I learned from him and incorporated it into my own style. Might have taken a roundabout path, but it's worked for me so far. That's a very you answer. That said, the road you're walking is a thorny one. Instead of following any one school of discipline to the end, you're aiming for variety. You're basically scooping up little bits from all over. And while variety is the spice of life, there are limitations to overcome when trying to approach things from a great perspective. The path you're taking may turn out to be more than you can bear. Well, I can cross that bridge when I get there. Till then, I'm gonna stick to my way of doing things. That involves helping people through 4 SPGs, like the one you just put out. If the conditions are right, I just get out there and do it. I see, that's just the kind of person you are, huh? You're a very interesting man, Van. One of these days, I'd like to introduce you to the matron in our chieftain. You'd have to reach the eastern edge of the continent, though. No one outside the Black God or Eight Leaf School has ever done that. But there's a first for everything. You might be able to pull it off, assuming you can get a handle on that Grendel form of yours. Why am I getting bad vibes from this? Don't worry your spiky little head. You know, I'm never bored when I'm around you. I'm always having all sorts of new experiences, like when we nearly attained to new heights a bit ago. I hope you and I can continue to be being good friends. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. Better friends than adversaries. Who said anything about us not being adversaries, too? You know, just because you can read my mind doesn't mean you should. After that, the two of them spent a while enjoying the flowers blooming on the trees. And once they were done, they drove back to the city.
We were almost there. Well, there's always next time, I suppose. You're now on the hook for showing me what lies beyond someday. I have a feeling we'll be seeing a lot more of each other in the future.
Beyond? Beyond the horizon? Please tell me she stays. Oh my god. If she doesn't stay a party member in the next game? How would that work? Because if they do the Reverie thing and Reen has got his own group, and then Van's got his own group, and then Kevin's got his own group for some reason. I don't know if they're going for that, but based on the cover art, that's just the vibe I'm getting. If they did that, then would Van's group fight? No, it doesn't make any sense. You know what? There's no use speculating until I see whatever happens in this. Maybe Van goes villain mode, and we have to bring him back to his senses. I don't know how he could. Honestly, I don't know what the Genesis are doing. Maybe everything in this game just gets undone. And it's just Genesis break. We're going back to here. And none of this happened. That would suck. I would actually be upset if that ever happened. Okay, well, one more. Yume's bicycle. Victor got in touch. It seems Yume's turning 7 this year, and he ordered a bike for her. That just came in from Central Market. Said I should pick it up for him. And parted ways. He then informed the rest of his friends around the festival he'd be going to Central Market. Alright, let's get this done and dusted. And where are you going? Oh, hey there, Yums. Just running a few errands is all. I won't be long, so you hang back and enjoy the festival, okay? Oh, let me guess. My bicycle finally came? Spot on. Your Gramps just gave me a call. I was about to go pick it up and deliver it to Monmar. Now you have something to look forward to when you get home. I want to go too. I knew she'd say that. So much for this being a quick and dirty solo job. Fine, fine. I know you've been counting down the minutes for this. What do you say we pit our wheels against each other and see which is better? Definitely mine. Yours is number 2. I hear ya. Come on then, let's get going. And so the pair hopped into Van's truck and headed for their central market. Once there, they paid a visit to Yazan's hardware store, where the order for the bike had been placed. To the guy with the sideburns. Whoa, so this is my new bike? Sure is. Looks pretty neat. Your mom's got good taste. But as much as I hate to break it to you, my ride still wins in the coolness department. Silly old man. Mine's way cuter. As long as she likes it, that's what matters. Ready for me to load it into the truck? Yeah, if you don't mind, we're going to be hauling this thing straight back to Old Town. Oh, already. Tell me, you're itching to ride it now? Rose waiting for you at the academy, kiddo. Don't you think we ought to hurry back? Well, I do want to play with Maxim some more, Fidget. Yeah, but I also want to try it out a teensy bit. I figured as much. How to handle this. The safest way would be to take her over to Memorial Park. But her Gramps was keen on showing her the ropes. I'd hate to cut in on that. It's okay, Van. Sorry for being bratty about it. I'll just have to wait until the next time someone's free, after the festival's over. Say no more, you may. Let's head over to Memorial Park and take it for a spin. You really mean it? The old man will flay my hide anyway if I bring her back to my mar all down in the mouth. Just promise me that you only give it a test run, deal? Yay, I promise. I'll go ahead and load it up in the truck, then. Once the bike was secured in the back of the truck, they headed for Memorial Park. No sooner did they arrive than the practice began. So Victor's going to be mad at him no matter what. I finally get to ride my own bike. I'll be here to hold you upright, so just focus on pushing the pedals. Keep the handlebars straight, okay? Take it slow and you'll be fine. Okie dokie. Van, are you still there? Yep. You're doing great, kiddo. Want me to let go for a bit? Yeah, do it. It's all wobbly. That's the way. Just keep going like... Ouchies, I fell off. You alright? Sorry, I should have known it was too early to turn you loose. No, it's okay. I almost got the hang of it. I'm gonna try again. Watch me, okay, Van? Wow. That was quick. Hey, well, shoot. No stopping her now. If I bring her back all scuffed up, tonight's bistro special will be my head on a platter. Maybe I should give the champ a call and have him and Paulette pick her up. So Yumi did her best to pedal on her own under Van's supervision. However... Whoops! Ow. I can do this. This is me fighting a Souls boss. You okay? Yeah, no biggie. This bike's not gonna beat me. This is me fighting a Souls bot. That's it. Listen, Yums, why don't we stop here for now? Don't give in. You got your knees covered in scrapes and your clothes covered in dirt. You wouldn't want to get your mom and Gramps all worked up. No dice, huh? You're a tough cookie, Yums. Most kids your age would have burst out into tears by now. You're allowed to cry if you need to, you know? Nope, I'm not gonna. I have to be tough and hold it in, like you, Van. Like me? You smiled for me even when it hurt. It was a long time ago, but I still remember. Oh. Is this something... Oh?
Around 3 years ago. Damn it all. There's a request I took on back when I just climbed out of the rookie stages of my career. I grew too comfortable with the work. As a result, I slipped up and my client got seriously injured. Any trust we'd built up was shattered, and they made their well-deserved spite for me loud and clear. Just barely grazed by the worst-case scenario. My client's lucky to still be alive. Those guys were good. We were cornered, and then in the heat of the moment, I made the wrong call. Who are you trying to fool? Quit making excuses for yourself. You got sloppy. You thought, this'll be a cinch, and you let your ego take the wheel. What the hell am I even doing? What the hell am I doing this for? Ban? Humes. What's wrong, Ban? Wait, 3 years ago she was so young they couldn't show her model? Were you that little? I guess she would have been... like 6 then? No, 5. If she's saying what's wrong... she's a smart girl. She would have learned that early, probably. Like, correct... she must be at least... 5 at the most, actually. It's nothing. That's right. There's no sense moping. Setbacks like this could happen again any number of times down the road. Remember why you decided to do this in the first place. As long as you never forget, everything will work out. Huh? Nah. Hey now, why the long face? You want upsies? Upsies. You look like you were hurting way more than I was now, but instead of crying, you picked me up like always. And so whenever I feel myself getting sniffly, I try to be strong the way you would, because that's what family does for each other. Ow. Okay, this time I'm gonna stay on for sure. Keep watching, Van. Don't worry, kiddo, I will. Hard to believe her memory goes that far back. At the time, I'd been busting my ass like a man possessed and faking a brave front out of pride. Little did I know there was someone watching out for me the whole while. Family, huh? Damn, look! Am I doing it right? I think I am. Hey, you got it down pat, Humes. Wow, Yume, that's amazing. No, you actually came. Of course we did, as if we'd let you steal this moment away from us. Mommy, Maxim, look at me go. I couldn't be prouder, sweetie. It was so nice of Van to teach you. I mean, he's been like a dad the longer than Maxim at the very least. Just make sure to keep those eyes forward. Almost makes you wonder if driving skills are inherited. Don't get too full of yourself there, Buster. You're such a kidder, Dad. I mean, Victor. Who's getting full of themselves? No, not me, sir. No, sir. Oh dear, we've still got a long road ahead of us. Grandpa, I can ride a bike now. Did you see me? I certainly did, sweetheart. You give your granddad a real run for his money. I learned it all from Van. Hear me out for a sec. Oh god, he's mortified. She's still gonna need to practice on city roads, right? You can have exclusive dibs on that. You traitorous, troublemaking tenant. I wanted to teach her from square one. You're gonna pay for those scraped knees and dirty clothes to the tune of 50 times your rent. No good deed goes unpunished. Wait, 50 times? That's criminal. And settle down, Dad. Though it's true that he's been monopolizing her a bit. Next time, we can make it a family outing, right, Van? What can I say? Y'all got me outnumbered on this one. Damn. That Van Maxim and Monmar household, the Monmar household, returned to the city. After dropping the bike off in Monmar, they took Yume back to Aramis to enjoy the rest of the festival.
Thanks for always playing with me, Van. If you're ever feeling sad because of work, just let me know, and I'll give you a nice pat on the head. Then you'll feel all better.
Oh, Yume's charm. That one was very good too. Like, all of these connection events are just good. They're all just great. All right, Elaine, we have to do yours for sure, so.
Back when we were students, I always thought this day might come for
right.
us. Huh? Oh, it's nothing.
And that is the only one I knew for sure I was going to add to the list. Anyone who's close to maxing out, I would do. Like you guys, and then I take you to see 2 movies if it lets me, and then they're done. Or maybe even the gem cards are enough. Renee would actually almost be maxed out as well. I could technically almost get Fairy there. I'm just assuming I can go see 2 movies. That's not even a guarantee. I have no idea, but... Okay, so these ones...
We might be hanging up our substitute spriggan hats, but we'll never, ever forget the time we spent with you, Aggie, and everyone else.
I can't promise we'll always be available, but if you're ever in a bind, hit us up.
Level 5.
Next time, we'll...
I'm so sorry, but we've already done that. Surprised you have to listen to it before that pops up, even. Okay, so for the last 2 connection events, I'm going to... Let's go to the movie first.
Off we go.
Doesn't matter what we watch, as long as the people I'm trying to bring... Oh, there are people updates. As long as the movie I'm bringing them to, they haven't seen before. 3 movies. Oh. Okay, well, first of all, I'm gonna high speed this.
And here I thought you had poor taste.
Well, aren't
I'll
you
gladly take
considerate?
that off your hands.
Whoa. You sure?
I'll take good care of it.
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
Thanks.
20 points away.
I'll take very good care of it.
What? You expecting
I'll take
thanks?
good care of it. I'll treasure
Gotta
it.
treat myself every now and then.
Okay, now we have an accurate counter here.
Welcome.
And enjoy the film.
I guarantee I haven't done anything with Swin and Nadia as far like my Casablanca. That I actually need to see if there is a full thing that we've missed. I can't take Swin? Oh, no.
The Return of the King. Now playing.
Oh, okay. Not everyone wants to see every movie.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop.
That makes this a little bit more difficult. Ren.
Welcome.
Why not buy a souvenir to remember your visit?
Nope. Oh, shit. I'm hitting the wrong button. Okay. Ren and Nadia are going to see this. I saw this with Ren before. Okay. Thank you for telling me. Nadia and Fairy. I saw this with Fairy before. Okay. Nadia and Agnes. I've seen... What the... How many times have I seen this movie? All right, Judith. Didn't I see this with Judith in the event? How have I seen this so many times?
We embarked on a journey.
Okay, I just want to confirm because I was told that I haven't actually watched all of this because I chose this movie during the Judith event. Let's just play it out. It's the only one I don't remember. So, Helena, a third year at the prestigious all-girls school and head of its library committee, does not get along with first-year subordinate, Sherry.
Being an austere young lady of high birth, she has exceptionally little tolerance for Cherry's childish, impish behavior. One day, Helena finds an exchange diary in the library, and its author desiring a pen pal. Intrigued, she writes a response under a pseudonym. Adopting the guise of a kind, caring upperclassman, Helena continues the correspondence, and her relationship with her pen pal deepens. Yeah, I feel like they skipped all of this explanation. So you just saw the scene with Nina, but they didn't explain that it was a secret. Eventually, as their exchanges became more personal in nature, Helena comes to realize her secret recipient may in fact be Sherry. As time passes, Helena notices gradual shifts in Sherry's disposition, with her looking more downcast by the day. While she could find nary a trace of melancholy within her notes, Helena's worries festered all the same, leading her to confront Sherry directly. Although initially hesitant, Sherry confesses that she's fallen in love with a classmate she had been exchanging notes with. In that moment, Helena felt a tinge of joy, but she is taken aback. Her last failed relationship with a girl is still fresh in her mind. Out of a desire to protect her from the same pain, Helena tries to convince Sherry to cut off her feelings for her alter ego.
You're merely playing a game of make-believe. I assure you, it won't last. These kinds of fickle relationships are all too common here. Besides, you've heard that people who engage in that sort of thing often become an object of idle gossip and ridicule, yes?
I understand that. It's just...
Oh, don't tell me you actually believe that pen pal of yours is your dream soulmate. How juvenile. Flights of romantic fancy are all well and good, but I think it's about time you grew up, Sherry.
I get it now. This is your way of being kind, isn't it? You're denying my feelings so I won't get hurt.
What are you saying? Did you not listen to a single word I said?
I did a lot of thinking about who this girl could be. I wondered, who is this person that's comforting me with all these kind words? And then, I saw you. I saw you put the diary back in its hiding place.
You saw that? But the person you developed feelings for is nothing more than a fabrication. They aren't the rigid girl you see before you.
That's not true. The girl I see in front of me is shy, and she hides her kindness behind a thin veil of austerity. If I were to put my feelings into words, how would I write them? Maybe you can teach me, Helena.
We don't need to write them down, Sherry. Because they're already engraved in our hearts.
Okay, I absolutely, yeah, thank you for telling me I haven't seen all this, because that was, I know for a fact I have not seen all that. That was a lot longer. And I'm kind of wondering, we got a little snippet. I kind of want to go back and see how little we were actually shown. I just assumed I saw it all. That's probably why I didn't remember it, because we only got a little snippet. That was like a full thing. Oh. I know we watched it during our movie marathon on Nemeth Island, but I was totally absorbed by Nina's performance all over again. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, I really liked her shift in expression at the end. Really sold the idea that her heart was wavering. I'm also impressed by you. You're always praising Nina. You don't seem jealous about her successes. You're a real good friend. Huh? Oh, I guess I never really thought about it like that. I've kind of always thought of jealousy as feelings of inferiority due to a lack of effort. It also helps that Nina and I are on a totally different paths. And besides, it'd get boring real quick if I was the only actress around. Fair point. Instead of being frustrated with yourself for the skills you lack, you channel that energy into training so you can get them.
I respect that. I wonder if they modeled the school after St. Estrella Girls' School. The uniforms looked exactly the same. And that's in the capital of Erebonian Empire, isn't it? Used to be that they only let noble girls in. If I recall correctly, the crown princess elect went there as well. Wow, you're keeping tabs on the goings-on in Erebonia, huh? And that really takes me back. I'd like to go on another tour of the capital someday. Yeah, that's where they, well, not met Lapis, but having finished their break, Vayner and his crew resume work. Okay, she's done. Alright, and before I check that, let's go look at Trion Tower. Okay, we have more people here as well.
Step right.
Oh. You have 4 movies here. I have more options. Well, I need Sharkferno, Fairy, and Swin? I neither have seen it. Alright. I'm curious to see what they have to say here. Big time. Skip to next scene. Why would the mayor open up the mountains to the public with the wild animal on the loose? He should be ashamed of himself. Any mayor who doesn't put their people's interest first isn't fit for the job. Wait, maybe I did see this with Fairy, but we reloaded. I remember that line. Good thing they had heroes like Brick and Lisa who could swoop in and save the day. They probably could have stopped the problem before it got out of hand if the mayor hadn't gotten in the way of their investigation. Well, there might not have been any way around it. Why is that? Because of the unwritten rule of society, influential landowners will always deny the existence of ferocious man-eating sharks. Unwritten rule. Huh. And if they acknowledged it, they wouldn't have stopped the investigation, and they could have wrapped up the shark problem sooner. Maybe these shark movies are deeper than I thought. It's a good thing Lisa got the idea to lure the shark away with the smell of her blood. That realization saved the day. Speaking of Lisa, I never really pictured your average zoologist being so drop-dead gorgeous. Is that just a thing in movies? Watch out, and Nadia's behind that seat. Dagger. That's an excellent question, Swin. To answer that, let me break down the common staples of shark movies. 1, it needs to be a hot person who studies sharks. 2, it has to include a veteran shark hunter. 3, they must use a basic stock phrase when they finish off the shark. 4, the shark has to die in a massive explosion. Holy crap. That is so accurate. Damn. I see. So there is some sort of art to it. I guess this one was a little unusual then, given that there wasn't an explosion at the end. Well, I guess that gives me something to look out for the next time I watch one of these movies. That's why it doesn't have it's got a 75 on Metacritic. Having finished their break, Van and his crew resume work. Alright, now they're done. And that leaves... Shit. No one else I could max out but Renee and Ren. No, I already did Ren's, didn't I? I saved Ren's. Okay, Ren can't be maxed out. Renee can if I can watch any movie with him.
Thank you for your visit today.
Oh, Kincaid. That's what I'm looking for. Doesn't really matter at this point. Okay, I've seen this with Rosette.
Please proceed to the entrance.
Judith is the star actress in this movie, so see what she has to say.
I know we watched this during our movie marathon on Nemeth, but I'm still blown away by how fun and breezy the action is. I think you've more than cemented your status as an action movie icon. Thanks, but I wouldn't have gotten anywhere without my fans. Being a tough actress is something that's valued in our industry. The schedule is pretty frantic for this one, but Shahina and I were able to keep up with it. Speaking of Shahina, she said something that caught me off guard. It was something about how I showed her how to charm people as an actress. Huh. That must have been pretty from that special training she did with you in Tharbad last year. Sounds like this isn't the last time we'll see her on the screen. Only those with eccentric personalities would pursue a career in treasure hunting. Imagine risking life and limb in search of something, only for it to have never existed in the first place. Hey, don't diss the merits of a good mystery. There's a reason people are captivated and corrupted by them. Some have good intentions for seeking them out, like Rita, and others do it out of greed, like Willard. I suppose it's true that desires have the ability to captivate and corrupt. From protecting one's social status to determining who to date, this is hits surprisingly close to home. That's why I don't trust ambitious people. You never know when they're going to stab you in the back. I'll be mindful of that. Okay, I don't think we can see another movie now. But with that done, I know for a fact I can take Renee's and finish his. Oh, Judith was so close. Okay, and then we skip all. Wait for him
You're
to talk.
the one comforting me. Ooh, the script has been flipped.
Now he's done, and I have one connection event left. Oh, wait. And I can't max anyone out, but I can get Judith very close. Or for New Game Plus, and maybe I just get Aaron a little closer. He's the farthest away. Yeah, that's probably.
Blood isn't everything, but I guess my connection to him is still important.
Yeah, his was about his dad. Okay, so that is done. The only thing I want to do left is double check. 40 accuracy, 40 crit. Wow. Not as good as this, but still not bad. Who wants it? %86 crit? Hell yeah, I'll take it. Then I'll give that to Aaron. Wait, where'd it go? There it is. Which one's better? 15 CP every turn or 50% CP up? I'd say 15 CP. God, they're like identical. I'm going to give you the Macho Belt. I'll give Shizen a... No, I'm not giving up crit. You take that. You have 20 strength on that. All right. Awesome. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, I opened their Zyphas as well. All right. I'm going to end it here. And in the next one, we have a few NPCs apparently here to talk to. I doubt we can actually go out here. Yeah. We have NPCs to talk to here, and then the Academy updates, and then we're finally moving on the story. We're going to finish up our patrol. So, thanks for watching. Let me know if you like it, and I will see you in the next one.